Welcome to the video. Straight into last week's sales. It was a good week last week, much better than the week before. First sale of the week was a game, video game, GTA 4 PS3. I'm going to move to the side like that. Is it normally that side I show things at? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. Alright, I'll stand here. GTA 4 for the PS3, Grand Theft Auto 4. It had a map and a manual. The map was in pristine condition, $8.77. Johann Strauss, 2 tapes, concert. The Gypsy Baron, $7.15 delivered. Went as a large letter. Fear 2, $9.95 for the Xbox 360. I was going to put them as Fear 1 and Fear 2. I found out I would make more profit selling them separately, so that's what I did. This is a microphone I bought for a couple of quid, I think, at a car boot a couple of weeks ago. It went with a voice recorder. Hadn't sold yet. $12.15 delivered. Welcome to the video, my valued viewers. It's the 17th, I believe, of June 2024, of course. Beautiful sunny day. It was raining earlier. It stopped. It's dried up. It did the same on Sunday. Unfortunately, because it had been bad all day Saturday, there weren't as many people out. But we'll come to that later. Did get some stuff. Long stapler, Rapesco. This is the long arm black stapler, 20 sheets at a time. It went for $13.99 delivered. It was an international sale, but it went to the UK. Somebody with an international account bought it. That's why. I got charged international rates plus VAT, plus sales tax plus VAT. Doesn't matter. I got my money. It only cost me £2 a few weeks back. Grow clock, $14.59 delivered. These are the multigrade enlarger filters I showed you a couple of weeks back. There you go, $44.95. I did them free post. I originally had them up at about £65. From the point of view of the customers who look in that sort of stuff all the time, I should have had some interest straight away at that price, and I didn't. So I dropped the price, and yeah, it's gone in within a fortnight for $44.95. Don't forget, these were a quarter of a bundle that I bought for £4. So, you know, 1 into 49, £45, I'm happy with that. Even if I have to pay fees on it and delivery. The Samsung Pink PL2 14.2 megapixel camera. This I bought for a throw-in with that microphone for £2. It had a bulging battery, but I bought a new battery. So effectively it stands me at a tenner. So I wanted some return on it. And it turned out they were selling quite well. That's why I bought the battery. Otherwise it would just gone on the pile. Once I got the battery, it was nicely tested. I got a charging cable with it when I bought it. So it had a charger, a cable. I put a memory card in and sold it for £51.55 delivered. $44.95 plus $6.95 because I sent it tracked. Another grow clock. Keep telling you, just scoop them up. $10.49 plus postage, $14.69. A couple of games off the multi-listing, PS3 games. There we go. It was Storm Rise, which is real bundle fodder, and Test Drive Unlimited 2, which is quite a good game if you're into driving. $11.58 for the two, but they were discounted because they were bought together on the same invoice. $10.89 delivered. It comes to about £2.70 delivery, even as a large letter. As a parcel, it's £3. But I sent it as a large letter just to save the extra 20 pence. Another PS3 game off the multi-listing to somebody else though, $5.79 delivered. That was Dragon Age 2. A sealed jigsaw, £7.19 delivered. £2.99 plus postage. Yeah, not a lot, but it's been hanging around since Christmas, or before Christmas, Q4. Sony PlayStation 3, this is the one I got from Walkington about a fortnight ago. I showed it in one of my previous videos. I put some games in with it. 8 games, third-party controller that I already had, which was working fine, but the one that was with it wasn't working, so I swapped it out. Same cables that came with it, a Sky HDMI cable. So basically, it was out-of-the-box solution to play 8 games, and it actually had some demo date games on it that had been downloaded from the internet, you know, PSN. Well, they were on it, maybe only half a dozen, but playable levels. $69.96. Not bad, really. Plus postage, $76.91. These were a surprise. I picked these up, I don't know, 6 weeks ago? Something like that. A set of Bakelite and ceramic wall switches for, well, turning lights on. Soon after electricity was invented. 1920s to 30s. I'm sure it was invented a long time before that. 1750s. But they hadn't actually got it into houses. Anyway, yeah. Bakelite covers twisted onto ceramic bases with brass inserts. And really nice big flick switches, you know, they make that really nice noise. They went very quickly indeed once I'd listed them. £45, I listed 5 for £45, that's £9 each. Plus postage, £49.20. Yeah, I was pleased with those. I was surprised how quickly they sold. 45 minutes, something like that. And yeah, I think if I'd put 60 on, I'd have still sold them in a day. Never mind. Other people were trying to sell them for £15 individually. I had 5, so yeah, I could have possibly got that. But I was after a fairly quick sale on those. They'd cost me 8. Originally wanted 10. Originally wanted £5 each for them. Yeah, right. Anyway, we negotiated, as I often say. I told him what was the real figures of the situation, and he accepted less money than original. Next was 5 Agatha Christie tapes, audio books, 2 tapes in each book. I think at those rates they're only abridged, but yeah, £7.95 plus postage, £11.45. They came out of a box. I got 30 tapes, 30 cases of tapes, so 60 tapes for £3. So 10 pence a box, so there's 50 pence worth of tapes there, and I sold them for £7.95 plus postage. Not bad. The last piece from one of my Teasmades, or the last of 6 pieces that I had from the 2 Teasmades which were returned. This is the lid for the kettle part of the Teasmade, £6.99 posted. This was a pickup a couple of weeks ago, it might even be a week ago. It was an easy list. Photo of it next to its box, photo of a close-up of it working, photo of the back. I think I did a couple of other photos, but anyway, from the sides. Yes, from the sides. And it went for £4.46, which was discounted from about £6 plus postage though, because it was a large letter. It only went for £2.50, so £6.96 posted altogether. A PS4 control. This is from the bundle I got from that site there, one that shall not be named until I'm a pro, if I ever get to be a pro. Gold standard, but not pro, if you know what I'm saying. My conditions are, has to be good condition, or described as not good condition if it isn't good condition or above, wrapped well and posted quickly. As far as I'm concerned, that's pretty professional. Talking sausage, that's what it says here. Talking sausage game, toy, silly sausage game. I just used somebody else's title. I took some photos. This was a charity shop pickup for £1.45. This is £9.99 posted, so didn't make a lot, but it sold in a couple of days. The second of the 3 Funko Pops I got for 50 pence each. Doesn't look like the Disney Donald Duck one's going to sell very quickly. I've reduced the price on it. Anyway, this one went for £7.95 plus postage, £12.15. Happy with that. The previous one went for £45 or something, from 50p, not bad. Anyway, that was wrapped in a really strong box with some strong pillars of cardboard to hold it steady. TP-Link, this I showed you the other week for 50 pence, and it's gone for £7.99 free post, or rather £7.99 delivered free. Happy with that. It effectively means it was £4 to sell, but whatever. It cost me 50 pence. I plugged it in, showed the lights working, unplugged it, photographed it. That's it. Panasonic power supply, I don't even do that to these. I mean, I plug them in, but they don't really go wrong. The power supplies for the phones, £8.49. I did put the price up Q4 last year, haven't changed it. They always sell. It is now waiting. The listing is waiting for me to dig in my boxes and find some more of them. I do have some somewhere. Google Home Mini. This was from a couple of weeks ago. £2 it cost me. Sold it for £11.99 plus postage. £16.19. I took loads of photographs of the one and I had 2, so basically I just split the photographs, used some of them over again. Basically they're identical, you can't tell the difference except for the serial numbers which are built into the actual machine. There's nothing on the outside to show any difference. There's a button underneath, you press it, you hold it 20 seconds, it starts up a reset routine, and if you leave it running again it resets fully. That's it really, and you can take photographs while it's doing it. 4 white dots, 4 coloured dots, 4 red dots when it's finished, and it speaks to you, so you know the speaker works. That's it really. Anyway, that went for £16.19, and that's everything that had sold last week that isn't going out today, and that we're on to the stuff that sold last week that is going out today now. So that was Fujifilm Fine Picks. I'll put it down here, the low bottom of the screen, and then the picture's up there, because otherwise you won't get what this is. Look, there's a label on it. You can't see a thing. It says Fuji Fine Picks on the label, but you won't read it from there, I don't think. Fuji Fine Picks J37 12.2 megapixel camera. I put a 2 gig card in with it. It might have even had a 2 gig card in with it actually. And it had a battery, £34.98. Actually, I ordered a battery for this. Yeah, I had to wait. The battery was bulging. It did have a battery when I bought it, but it was bulging and it wouldn't charge properly. So I got a new one, and the battery cost me £7 or so. So effectively the whole thing's cost me £8 or so, maybe 9. So I got £34.98 plus postage on top. So that was £13.18. Yeah, it's from several weeks ago that I'd picked it up and I'd put it to the side because it needed a battery and it was just time to get it shifted. So it took a week to get the battery in, but you know, so what. The other Google Home Mini, there we go. Pictures again. Different picture, but all the other pictures are very similar. I just used a different picture for the first picture so that it didn't sort of clash. I actually didn't put this one on until the other one had sold. So this only took a day or so to sell. £11.95 plus postage, £16.15. Yeah, slightly 3p difference there, have you noticed? Just so I know which one's which. This was nice. Sale of the week really for me. Although, it's the same sort of price as the PlayStation 3. This Evo. I saw this as the guy was putting it out. It's got a nice crispy case, crispy strap. And it's a Evo multimeter. There you go. With some really clean connectors. It has been used, but it's been kept really well. Probably never out of the office building they were using it in or something. It's got all these dials. This, I don't know whether it works properly. I haven't sold it as a working example. I did take the batteries out the back. They were 22 years old. Took some really nice photos, and as you can see, you look at the strap. Really crispy. Not a mark on that. Well, actually, there's a slight bit of wear there. So, yeah. I hope they're very pleased with it. I sold it as an Evo Universal Avometer Model 8 Mark V in mint leather case, collection, display, prop. And I did put it was museum quality in the listing. And somebody in Canada with a private collections bought it. So that's nice. And they've paid an extra £30 to get it delivered. Yeah, 30 odd pounds on top to get it delivered to Canada. Plus whatever import duties. It said on the thing when I went down to the Canada on the GSP to see how much it was going to cost. I think it was plus import duties if necessary, or whatever they said, at checkout. So I don't know how much they've actually paid, but I got £76.90. And if you saw my video the other week, I said it cost £15, down from 20, and I was hoping to get 40 to 50. But when I looked at it, a lot of them were getting 30, not working. And this is not, well, it's not tested, but it's in really crispy, minty condition, and the case is probably 30 or 40 quid's worth on its own. And last thing of the last week that's going out today is bundle of Duplo. It says it's 1.2 kilos, but weighed it and it's 1.3 kilos in the box. The box is only about 60 grams, so it's a bit over 1.2 kilos. It says it's 1.3 there. And yeah, it needs repacking before I send it out. I did have a couple of other sales, but I'm not mentioning them because there were cancellations. I sold a camera to a lady. She discussed it with me at length about how good it is, what it is. Well, actually, 2 cameras were discussed at length. That pink one, somebody kept coming back asking the same sort of questions. Now, I know what they were after. I knew it very well, what they were after. They're after me to give them a discount while at the same time as answering a question. Well, I'd already sent discounts out. There were like discounts at 6 and 7%. And I wasn't willing to go any further. And she'd already had one of them, and she was inquiring about silly things like what card it takes. I mean, it's right there in the listing. I knew what she was after. She was fishing for an extra discount. Well, I didn't give her it, and she said she was going to buy it, and then somebody else bought it because she did it too long. I was happy with that. At full price, there's a Sony camera I put on for £119.99. I reduced it to £109. Somebody else was asking questions. Somebody in Ireland, how much would the delivery be? This, that, and the other. I'm like, if you put your Ireland bit into the discount, into the section for delivery and your postcode, it'll come up with how much it's going to be. It's under £180. There's no import duty, this, that and the other. I told them all about it. That you'd have to pay GSP extra. Found out how much it was. I told them it'd be about £13 more. So it's about £20 delivery. And I understand you're in Ireland. So the lowest I can go is this figure. And I give them a figure of £100. Now it was already on at 109 because they'd reduced it. And I thought that's bound to get them to buy it. They did. They bought it. And then they decided they didn't want to pay for it. Because it was on an offer, you see. They could take 2 days to mull it over after. People are going on about this, just a second. People are going on about this automatic payment. You put your card in before you accept an offer. Or in order to get offers, you have to put a payment processing in. It hasn't happened to me yet, where somebody's automatically being charged when I give them an offer. It doesn't happen. They still get 2 days to pay. Anyway, this person, they took all day and then they cancelled. Okay. So it would have been another £140. But as it is, I sold the other £45 pink camera. So it would have been another 100 on top of this. But the total figure was, let me see, it was 27 items in the end. And the total figure, I've done it on my calculator, £638.43, £26.65 per item on average. Yeah, pleased with that. £648, it's about £200 up on last week. I am taking the business a bit more seriously now, quite honestly. I've been swinging a lot of the lead last couple of years, and I really need to, I mean, put it this way, inflation's jumped so much that my food bill has gone from about £23 a week to about £45. I kid you not. And it's not like I'm buying anything special. You know, I don't eat gold-plated quail's eggs. So, yeah, I need to earn more. So the way to earn more is to sell more. And the way to sell more is to list more. So I am being a bit more conscientious with that. The business is improving a little bit. Currently I'm on 167 listings after the weekend sales. So hopefully I'll be back up over 200 soon enough. And then moving on from there, I want to be on to the 250, use the 150 auctions up as well, and then possibly by Q4 back into the sort of 700, 750, 1,000 listing type thing. Yeah, there's quite a lot of work over the summer instead of sitting in the sun, but I can cope. I can cope. Okay, what else is going out? I've got some things going out that I've sold this week. I'll show you those. And then I'll show you what my pickups are. It's all in front of me today. No shortages, no nothing. So I'll do those first, as long as I've got time. So what's going out that is sold this week? PS4 game. There you go. City Skylines, or Cities Skylines, PS4 game by Paradox. Yeah, this one came in a bundle from that PS4 pickup that I got from them. So it's difficult to price for how much I actually bought it for. But don't forget the PS4 was worth a lot more than I paid anyway without anything else. So basically the games were free, or I paid for the games and the PS4 was free. That's how I work with these things. This one went for £21.99 and they've paid £2 extra to have it sent first class recorded today. So they're hoping to get it tomorrow. They couldn't have had it any quicker because it was Sunday when they bought it. 7 in the morning. So next, Once Upon a Monster by the Xbox 360. This was in with the PS3 and the Xbox 360 Slim bundle from Walkington last week, and that was £3.91. No, I told you it won't worth much. Dragon's Age Inquisition. This is another one from that bundle from the PS4. £6.95 delivered. That's okay. I knew it was bundle fodder anyway. And there's one last one, which I'll be showing you again later, shortly, because it was bought yesterday, listed yesterday, sold yesterday, which is nice. Call of Duty World War II. PS4 again, World War II. That was £6.95 as well. Happy with those. Just sold something else as well. That's nice, isn't it? While I was talking to you, we've sold something. Where's my phone? It should have dinged. It should have made a noise. Just a minute. I know why it hasn't made a noise. I've got the silence on. So what I've just sold is this. There you go, and it will be going out. In fact, I can get it out because it's in one of the boxes behind me. G445.
Moments later.
So this is off the Samsung DVD player I bought a fortnight ago. It wasn't working, it was kicking around on my feet underneath. Cut the cable off and kept the copper and the moulded plug in case I have something that needs a short length that's got a moulded plug on that I can install into something like another DVD player. Anyway, remote works fine, so £9.99 free post. There you go. What does that leave me? Now the whole thing cost me £4, £8.40 after fees. So it's going to go, and it'll cost, I think it's £2.94 if it goes by every. Yeah, it'll go by every. His address matters because if it's Northern Ireland or Scotland, it'll go by mail. Kidderminster, right. Yeah, that will happily go by every in a bit of bubble wrap and a cardboard roll. Not much of a profit, but it's better than a loss. So that's how I see these things. So currently, up to now this week, £51.33, 5 items, but 4 of them are video games, so you didn't expect a great deal. The Skylines ones was £23.99, but the others are all under a tenner. Okay, not a problem. I will wrap them up, and I did say to you, I'll show you the stuff now. So, no cut. It is now time for pickups. And the reason I can do it like that is because there's not a lot of them, unfortunately. Saturday it rained on and off all day, and then on and off most of the night, and then it stopped in time for it to dry up enough for people to come out for the car boot. Or so I thought. So I left at 6 and I drove to North Cave, got there about 6:20, 4 cars. All the traders are standing around waiting for people to come, and the 4 cars that are there are getting swamped. Absolutely swamped. So what do? All right, you dive right in and you see what you can get in the short time that you're going to be bothered to stay there. Anyway, stayed there till about 7 and then I left and went to Hull. So what did I get from North Cave? Let me see. I got 2 video games, one of which you've already seen because I've sold it, and the other one was Life is Strange 2. These were £1 each. This is quite an expensive game, £13 or so, £14 maybe. Yeah, that'd be nice if I can sell it. And I got a 6 amp charger, a car battery charger. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm sure it'll work. Looks nice and clean. I've changed the fuses. There was a fuse blown on this here has a fuse built into it, positive. There's also a fuse in the base. Well, this one was not blown, but broken. The actual fuse was broken. That was £2 at the charity stall, and that was it in North Cave. Yeah, I told you it was going to be quick. So anyway, I went to Hull, and the same story in Hull. Actually, by the time I left at North Cave, there was about 10 cars. You know, you wander around looking for things, and they're just not there. Not for me, anyway. Next, I went to Hull, and I wasn't impressed with Hull at all. There's normally about 150 to 200 stalls, but not yesterday, unfortunately. I would say it was between 60 and 70. Loads of big spaces with big puddles in. A lot of the normal traders hadn't turned up at all. So what did I get? I got an Xbox One hub. These are quite nice. I've had one before. I don't have one for myself, but I might keep this. Don't know. I'm finding that every time I either test a game or want to play an Xbox One game, I have to delete things. Anyway, it comes in the tray like that, and it's basically a bit that looks like an Xbox One from the front and the side. It just clips onto your Xbox One old style. I've got the old style with the USB that's on the side, and you get 3 USB 3 outputs, so you can use them for charging or playing, or another hard drive, and you also get space for a 2.5-inch hard drive to go in there with a connector. You won't see that, but oh, you might. There you go. Yeah, so that was £2 unused, new in the box. There's no instructions with it, but I'm not sure whether it even had any. Quite honestly, it might have had a little piece of paper that said, you know, follow the instructions. Yeah, there's definitely nothing in the box. It's easy enough to work out what you do with it. You basically take the connector and you plug it into the bit on the side, and it clips into the box because it's got these little metal clips that clip in into the slots on the side of the box, and those are selling for 24 quid delivered. I will try for something like £16-17 plus postage, so that'll be £20, maybe £20.42 or £20.20. That's not bad at all, and as I said to you, it cost £2. I saw this on somebody's stall, and I've plugged it in. It lights up, but I haven't tested it yet. It is a verbatim hard drive, USB. I don't think it's USB 3 because the connector's white. It would be blue for certain. And it's also going into a USB, sort of one of those old square USB connectors. So that ages it, because otherwise it would still be a normal B. I think that's an A. But I have turned it on, the power supply and the light up. It spins up, you can hear it, but I haven't had it on my computer yet. No, I won't test it now. It's got a 1 terabyte hard drive in, and it cost a £5. I paid a little bit much there for a £5, but they're quite popular for maybe 20 quid, maybe £18 plus delivery. Yeah, so it's a decent margin, sort of, if it works. If it doesn't work, I've got a drive that will drop straight into that will work, because I know that's working. It just needs formatting and dropping in as a dead drive, unless of course that's got its own operating system as a section on the drive. I would have to look that up on a website and find out. It's not that difficult if it's available. I bought half a tub of grey paint. I won't show you that, it's just a 2.5 litre tub, but it's grey. I've been finding, well, I showed you maybe a month ago, a grey backdrop, which was a blind that doesn't have the hanging hooks. Yeah, I've been using that as a backdrop for my photography, and it works really well for either light or dark items. It's not reflecting the bright lights onto the object, so there's not as many like stray sort of lighting effects. And yeah, well, you can see if you want to, a lot of these that I've been taking have got a grey background, as you can see there, and there. Yeah, so I thought I might paint the wood effect backdrop that I wallpapered onto the wall and the table grey. So this might come in handy for that. What else did I get? You've got the maple, the car batteries, the verbatim. Oh yes, a power supply for a Panasonic. This is a video camera power supply for the camera batteries that go in the back of the video camera. It's a VSK0651. It also has a power outlet, but I don't have the cable for that. I'm just going to sell it as the battery charger. That cost £1. Nice and clean. And that's your lot, unfortunately. £12.50. Yeah, I know. But it had started raining again by then. And as I said, it was a really shabby turnout for a hull. Maybe a quarter what it is in the really high summer, and everybody's turned out from, like, you know, household clearance type. They're clearing their own house out. Not house clearance. There's a big difference. House clearance, deceased relative, that sort of thing. Garage loft, deceased relative, that's good. House clearance guy who just goes in after all that's been sort of cherry picked and just grabs all the crap, puts it in boxes, takes it to an auction, or people who bought it at auction brought it to the car boot. I don't want to know either of those people. I mean, I know lots of them. What I meant is, yes, sometimes there's still bargains to be had, but it's not as good as buying directly from the householder who wants to clear out what they consider their old rubbish. Yeah, anyway, £164 start. I only spelt £12.50, never mind. Last week's is only a third listed, so I'm going to go back upstairs shortly, once I've wrapped this lot, and list what I got last week and the ones that hadn't listed from the week before. Actually, there's a stop lock which will only take about 4 photos, and I still haven't listed that, and I'll probably sell it for £20, £25. There's a Sky Q 2 terabyte box I might strip it, or I might sell it for spares as it is. I've got a JVC remote to sell that needs cleaning first, a spy camera, another Canon Ixus. I sold one a couple of weeks ago. I've got another one. Sony, I've listed that. That needs to be highlighted to say it's listed. A Nikon binoculars and a Manfrotto tripod. Well, I've cleaned that tripod yesterday, so it's ready to go. The binoculars still need testing, but that's quite easy. You hold them up to your eyes, make sure that they focus, make sure there's no crap in the lenses. I've already done making sure there's no crap in the lenses. Shouldn't take long. Why am I waffling? Because the video is not that long. Actually, when you work it out, I've probably used 40 minutes. So, despite not listing, not picking up so much, it's been a quite good video, quite a long video. So, I'm going to say goodbye and enjoy your listing time if you're a reseller like myself. If you aren't, I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Come back again, enjoy watching what I picked up next time. And if you're not subscribed, yeah, it's right there. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you very much. Speak to you later. Bye.